Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon, back with another legendary video. We're covering for AEW's All Out review. For this following weekend, they had a phenomenal show that was truly showcased when it came to the anticipated pay per view after they did a phenomenal job with All In. It is arguably one of the biggest events of the year that took place this following Saturday night in the Now Arena in Chicago, Illinois for the sixth year in a row. As AEW has run this in summer pay per view, and the card featured 8 total matches, 5 championships which were on the line. Despite all that, we had so many different things that took place, from a chair shots to needles being involved. More importantly, we had murder on pay per view television, and importantly, we had arson leading up to everything that was going to unfold in tonight's showcase. We had a match that truly delivered, and one of the candidates for match of the year when we had Will Ospreay taking on Pac. More importantly, when we had Bryan Danielson defending the AEW World Championship against the scapegoat Jack Perry, which shake the landscape of AEW moving forward after we had so much drama than this she had unfolded. As well as tonight's card, we had the women's division really shaking things up with Chris Statlander taking on no other than Willow Nightingale in a banger street fight that really left the fans not only speechless, but kept them highly invested with everything that had unfolded. More importantly, we had the tag team championships on the line for AEW as the Young Bucks took things to the next level when it came to their personal feud. They had a decent one as they took on Claudio Castelloni and Wheeler Yuta in a tag team action. We also had Okada defending his respective championship as he went into battle in a fatal 4-way to defend his gold. More importantly, we had Mercedes Moné, who was a standout in the women's division. But when it came to her outfit, I wasn't 100% sold. But it was like it was a Timu version of what Zelina Vega had worn when it comes to the American flag, but it was all right for what it was, and it kind of showed from that prospect. And overall, everything was great for everything you could have asked for. We had a decent one to start off everything. The first match of the night, we had MJF taking on Daniel Garcia. This match was everything that I liked about it. It was intriguing. This match went a total of 23 minutes and 47 minutes with everything that initially went on. The best spot of the night was Daniel Garcia hitting the Avalanche DDT on MJF. But things really broke down as initially analysts were talking about that the winner of the match initially was supposed to be Daniel Garcia with a clean victory. But things ended kind of awkwardly with the ref's position after a low blow was handed out. MJF was able to secure the victory, but Daniel Garcia was able to get the last laugh after everything had transpired. This match had a whole lot of emotions involved. MJF got busted open. More importantly, Daniel Garcia was valiant through the course of everything that initially went on. But the Twitter beat moment was Daniel Garcia was able to secure his revenge 100% post match and was able to deliver a Avalanche power driver to take out MJF, who's now been written off of AEW television for the course of a little bit of a time. But more importantly, it's going to be intriguing to see where things go from here. Daniel Garcia continues to be a strong player throughout the course of AEW, and I continue to be invested to see how he continues to not only enrich us, but keep us highly invested through the course of each and every single week. But the match was decent. It was a lot of back and forth. I liked everything about it. When it comes to the overall, I give this match a 4 out of 5 stars. It was decent. Analyzed a whole lot from great combinations of wrestling and storytelling. Not importantly, MJF was able to get the underhand victory, old-fashioned way of being a heel, But Daniel Garcia looked strong through the course of everything when he was able to get his revenge. Either way, both competitors, this feud is not over for now, but it's going to continue to bleed out through the course of the coming months as we continue to see how things unfold with Daniel Garcia. If he continues to be with AEW, more importantly, to see where his course goes from there. Hopefully, he continues to be a strong player when it comes to the division and stay with AEW. Because I know a lot of rumors have been running around that he may be taking his talents to WWE, but being kind of conflicted. But when it comes to the internet wrestling community, you never know what can actually be going on when it comes to Daniel Garcia. But in overall, I give my props to him. He really showed that what he can do in a professional wrestling ring. And I give 2 thumbs up for everything that he initially had done in the course of the actual match. Then we get ready for the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championship as they look to take on the Blackpool Combat Club. This match was decent for what it was, a lot of back and forth. This match was a 15-minute match, close to almost 16, with 15 minutes and 47 seconds, which was recorded through the course of the match as I timed it. This match was 4 out of 5 stars as well. They did a phenomenal job with this match. Everything that you could have asked for when it came to tag team chain wrestling, they did a phenomenal job. And when it came to Claudio Castelloni and Wheeler Yuta, they did a great job of being a mixed tag team as Wheeler Yuta continues to find his niche. But more importantly, the Young Bucks continue to steamroll past all the competitors that stand in their way. There's nothing that you could have missed when it came to everything that continued to go from the course of everything. The Young Bucks was able to retain the actual championship in this match. Things continue to heat up when it comes to the build-up with the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club moving forward. The match itself was just fine, but it showed perhaps time some sort of new life being injected into the tag team division. Hopefully everything continues to pick up the pace and the momentum of new tag teams looking to step up to take on the Young Bucks. As we have Private Party and so many great teams, including the Grizzly Young Veterans, who now initially is involved. FTR looking to make some redemptions and catch some wins. And as well as Top Flight, who's out there as well, who's looking to run supreme in the tag team division, which I'm liking. But in overall, the EVPs continue to keep all the championship for the time being, as this is the initial goal of them getting ready for a new stable, being aligned with everything. But we shall see how things continue to unfold in the upcoming weeks and where the EVPs stand with everything that's unfolding with the drama with the Blackpool Combat Club. Then we get ready for the match that really shake the foundation of Chicago. Will Ospreay taking on Pac. What more could you ask for this match? These boys put on a 5-star clinic. Dave Meltzer went into full details to talk about this actual match, and he was highly invested and enjoyed everything that they really put on the table of the course of the match. Everything about this match was nearly awesome. From all the high spots, it felt like it was a W2K24 or even a AEW Fight for video game style thing where they can literally fight forever. More importantly, they gave us everything that we wanted to be invested. It kept every single person on their feet through the course of everything, but it solidified Will Ospreay not only one of the best, but for bell to bell, the best wrestler in the world in today. But don't take Pac slightly. Pac did his thing as well, and it's probably up to date when it comes to AEW. Was Pac's best match that he initially put on. And of course, after being in AEW for almost a course of 4 years, and he has done such a phenomenal job, and I look forward to see if they have a rematch. But more importantly, this match truly delivered with everything that went on. Down to the end when Will Ospreay was able to pick up and seal the victory with the hidden blade with multiple times. More importantly, with everything that continued to be in progress. As well as we're gonna see how things continue to unfold and see where Will Ospreay may end up having more challengers, including the likes of Claudio Castelloni and the rest of the BBC. And of course, being tied up with all any other drama as well, with the new sensation of Ricochet and Ospreay tangling again. When we originally had them battling, it was phenomenal back on the indie scene back a couple years back. But we know it's going to be a possible dream match before the end of this year. More importantly, this match probably may be taking place either at Wrestle Dream or Full Gear, which I'm all in arms if that be the showcase where they decide to make that the land of where they go to battle. But more importantly, I'll be invested to see how things continue to fold with AEW leading up to the new thing that's going on when it comes to the media rights deal of AEW Shockwave, which maybe a new show or a new branding under some kind of umbrella. Tony Khan hasn't really gotten into full details, but I'm kind of glad that a couple of media went out and asked him about it during the media scrum, which was kind of like an odd little deal. But more importantly, it's going to be interesting to see where AEW goes from here, because I know a lot of rumors have been flying that they may be trying to strike a deal with Fox, and as well as keep things under wraps with Warner Brothers Discovery. But when it comes to professional wrestling, is there a lot of different shows? 100%. But do they need to rebrand a couple other shows? 100%. Given my hot take, I believe Rampage needs to be revamped as a Ring of Honor exclusive show. They showcase it as being a developmental similar to NXT. All you need is 1 hour to put on a great showcase and keep us invested. Not only keeping up with the website on the online showcase, but as well as giving us some really true investments when it comes to really showcasing Ring of Honor. More importantly, when it comes to Collision, it continues to fall down to a slope on a landslide. Maybe Saturday night is a little bit harder to feel, but people are just out and about doing their own thing, into their own land, into their own development, and taking things into accountability of doing their own personal thing in personal life. But they will catch it on the replay every so often. But when it comes to the Warner Brothers Discovery deal, it looks like things are almost very close to sealing a deal of AEW having not only multiple matches, but multiple pay-per-views under the banner of Warner Brothers Discovery, of giving us to the same formula of having 12 pay-per-views. I don't know how I feel about them going out doing 12 pay-per-views. I think it might water down the product. But more importantly, will it help Tony Khan become more creative throughout the courses of the weeks of having that many pay-per-views back to back to back? Or will it just be mid until he gets to his big shows like All In, Double or Nothing, Full Gear, and as well as Wrestle Dream? But we shall see how things continue to develop when it comes to the course of where AEW lands, as we get those rumors flying when it comes to Shane McMahon maybe making its approach, and soon will be joining AEW's roster and being a true authority figure of making some implications, maybe even being physical in the ring. But we shall see how the course of things shape up. Maybe they would have Shane McMahon be the one to announce the new deal and say he has part of the power or the discussion, like a branding, as an on-screen character. When it comes to the rest of All Out continue to be great after we had a great match with Will Ospreay and Pac. They did their thing. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." They did their thing 100%. I give that a 5 stars all across the board. They missed no beat. They really did their thing, and they kept us highly invested. They weren't even done when it came to tonight's showcase. The women stepped it up. As we had Chris Statlander taking on Willow Nightingale. This match was a 14-minute and 53-second match. Almost a 15-minute brawl for all. These ladies really put their all into this match, and I really was highly invested with everything that continued to be pushed when it comes to AEW. There was nothing unturned, including all the weapons being involved, including Stokely halfway being involved in the situation as well. Everything about this match was well done, including the level of violence, including Statlander winning clean when it came to everything that had transpired, especially when she was able to pick up the victory with a submission. But the interesting cause is Nightingale was the TBS champion recently, as May went with she just fall out of the title picture and in her feud with Statlander and went on a losing note. As far as Chris Statler goes, it's a possible feud that Mercedes Moné may be the next one lined up as being the next competitor to face Mercedes. And I think that would be the right call to see how things continue to go with that. As we get ready for the AEW Women's Champion, Mariah May most likely is going to go ahead and start a feud with Queen Aminata, which will be a decent one. Aminata is a jobber in my own personal opinion, but I think it will be a decent match. Those ladies can go, and the women's division is shaping up to become a better land of professional wrestling just in general. Then we get ready for the big one. Kazuchika Okada. He's in a fatal four-way taking on Orange Cassidy, Konosuke Takeshita, and Mark Briscoe. This is a 15-minute smash mouth fatal four-way for the AEW Continental Championship. It was everything that we truly asked for and more. This feud ends up being probably more than being along the lines of Takeshita and Okada crossing paths at some point in time. But the ladder of the Continental Championship continues to be intriguing and interesting, as the fans really were chanting for Takeshita to pick up the victory. That was my go-to guy to secure the victory in tonight's Fatal 4-Way. But they continue to put on a brilliant match throughout the course of everything that was lined up when it came to this Fatal 4-Way. Briscoe did his thing as well, including hitting off a couple of signature moves, including the Boggy Bow, as well as hitting that Jerry Driller, which kept us in a showcase. Orange Cassidy was doing his thing as well, including doing his signature move and putting the hands in the pockets. And they were doing a great diligence when it came to this mid-card championship. Everybody kept their into their own and kept us highly invested through the course of the match. And of course, Okada was able to secure the victory for the 1, 2, 3, setting up a few for other contenders along the line of singles opportunities. But this championship is really getting some great limelight and, more importantly, getting some great loving. And I'm loving the direction they're going with Okada. Even though this is a filler championship, but he's doing a great job each and every single week. And he's doing great being a heel 100%. I'm all down when it comes to Okada being the true heel that he truly is. And you truly couldn't ask for more from his point of view. But I'm looking for him to step up a little bit more. But Takeshita is going to be the one right on his heels to go for that Continental Championship, as well as Orange Cassidy, who's not too far behind as well. But even though Okada secured the victory, I see this feud between these four continue to progress. When it comes to Mark Briscoe, I feel like he's out of the loop, but he's great on the mic, and he's everything you want in a professional wrestler. Just in the ring, but his appearance, it's all good. He's like a Cactus Jack to me, and he continued to do his thing. But when it comes to Ring of Honor, I think he needs to stick to Ring of Honor currently at the moment, because he is the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. And he needs to focus on that venture to give more media deals and get things more loving towards Ring of Honor. We get ready for the Women's TNT Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. This match went pretty long, though. Everything you truly could have asked for. Hikaru Shida held her own as being the first AEW Women's Champion, but she did her right mind by hanging in there when it came to Mercedes Moné. They went back and forth, did everything they possibly could have. The speed of this match really went all over the place, and is everything you could have asked for. Mercedes was trying to hold her own, but it was mid at best. She was too focused on her wig majority of the time, even though Camille was banned from ringside. Mercedes Moné was able to retain her championship over Shida, who remained in the mix and on top of the card, but more importantly, being the gatekeeper for the women's division to keep things running smoothly. This big event really did good leading up to it this past few months. And more importantly, Mercedes has been picking up a handful of victories over the original OGs under her belt. And on time sees, as things continue to extend her time and tenure with AEW, she's going to become a big threat pretty soon when she's ready for the big championship, for the AEW Women's Championship. Maybe they'll, if they don't continue to keep the rights when it comes to Warner Brothers Discovery, most likely they might be seeing a merger with the women's championships between the TBS and the AEW Championship. Mercedes is still on her own. She's still trying to figure herself out. It's like a mixed bag when it comes to her situation with her. Some people will love her, some people hate her, but she's doing all right. It's getting by. But when it comes to Ricardo Shida, she's always been A1 in my book. You know that you're gonna get a great match out of her. Depending on some spots when she's trying to make chemistry when it comes to certain talent. Sometimes it'd be like a blooper every so often with certain talent, and it's all right. People is not perfect, but they do the best they can to entertain us in that square circle. But then overall, this match was decent. I give it a 3.8 out of 5 stars. And I liked the majority of this match, and it was everything that you truly could have asked for the women's division. Then we get ready for the big one. Bryan Danielson, the AEW World Champion, is in his first title defense, taking on Jack Perry. This match almost went 28 minutes down to the wire, almost like a miniature Iron Man. This match had so many twists and turns, transitional moves, a lot of back and forth, but these boys put on a clinic through the course of this actual match. Both competitors are really strong through the course of the actual world title match, considering the timing of the event. But of course, discussing the finish after the championship run, there was a little mystery about the winner will be. But of course, Perry showed up once again to emerge this promise as the future AEW World Champion. But Danielson kicked his head in and continued to be a special attraction as, of course, the final countdown continues to go through the course until the final bell. Danielson held his own and really was able to secure the victory with that psycho knee, and of course, seeing the fans happy. It's where things really broke down afterwards. Post match, the patriarchy and Christian came down to the ring, kind of teasing the cash in on the contract against Bryan Danielson. But things really got intriguing as Jon Moxley made as a potential last getaway and was able to put a barrier with the rest of the BCC and stop things happening for Christian. Things really broke down in a most intriguing way where we ended up having them all celebrating with Bryan Danielson in the ring with the championship. But where things got intriguing was when Jon Moxley nodded to Claudio, and Claudio delivered a European uppercut to shock Bryan Danielson. But we ended up having a murder case as Jon Moxley was handed a plastic bag by Marina Shafir, and he secured it and suffocated Bryan Danielson in a ring as the fans were chanting, "This is murder." More importantly, it sets the challenge of Jon Moxley being the next challenger at Wrestle Dream for next month. This drama is going to be interesting. It shocked a lot of us to see them kick Bryan Danielson out the group. But more importantly, it's going to continue to be interesting through the course of weeks to come to see how things continue to unfold when it comes to the drama along with Bryan Danielson and taking on all the other members as well. I see Claudio in the mix. I see Willow Yuta his emotions was all over the place, and they held him back as Pac held him back as well. But I see Willow Yuta turning on Bryan Danielson at some point in time during a couple of weeks to line itself with the BCC, the newly developed BCC, with the backing of Shane McMahon. But more importantly, it's now time to get to what Mark Henry was known for. It's time to get to that main event. Adam Hangman Page taking on Swerve Strickland. This was a 31 and 20-minute match. This was a steel cage, lights out match. Everything you truly could have asked for in this match. What can I say about this match? It was amazing. It was all right for what it was, for my own personal opinion. I give it maybe 4.7 out of 5 stars. More importantly, kept me in highly invested and kept me intrigued. I enjoyed everything that was going on through the course of the match, including Swerve being a valiant and not giving out through the course of the match. But I enjoyed that spot where he had the Swerve stomp through Page through the table when he was ascending on the top of the cage. A lot of back and forth with a lot of cool moments inside the cage, including a couple of scary spots. And of course, we ended up having a syringe being involved, stuck it in Swerve's mouth as Hangman really took things to the next level. These boys went to town with staple guns. It was truly the nature of the contest of being unsanctioned, meaning anything goes. Of course, we had to seal the victory with an unprotected chair shot that ended Swerve Strickland's career temporarily, as he's going to be written off of television through the course of the next coming weeks. As Hangman Adam Page was able to secure the victory via technical knockout, but it was a lot of emotions being involved. I love the entrance of Hangman Adam Page as he showed him with the entrance of Swerve Strickland's family home being burned down as an entrance. More importantly, Swerve Strickland had the burning house and implemented into his attire, including his shirt and his tights as well, with it being called Swerve's house. Swerve gave everything he possibly can, and most of them went back and forth. Nobody wanted the pin, nobody wanted to submit. But was the ending too much when it comes to the course of everything that happened? It was needed some kind of cliffhanger, and they truly delivered when it came to the main event. I enjoyed everything about it, but was it better than Full Gear last year, 2023? I highly doubt it. Full Gear was great when it came to their Texas Death Match. I don't think they can top that, but they had to try some kind of valiant way to still keep us invested through the course of everything that was going on. This feud is the test of time. It's like Rock and Austin, Angle and Lesnar, and so many great champions that have clashed over the past. I give props to Hangman Adam Page, showing a lot of emotions after the ending of the match, even falling to his knees to show remorse for what he done. But more importantly, for Swerve, to hanging in there through the course and was carrying the company on his back for the course of the past few months, throughout the course of the summer until he lost to Bryan Danielson. But more importantly, these boys put on a clinic. There was nothing unturned. And you know, Hangman's now probably the leading man to be the number one contender. I could see him probably a Wrestle Dream being the one to dethrone Bryan Danielson and set up the Swerve return sometime either at Revolution or Full Gear. But we shall see how things continue to put the pieces together afterwards, as things continue to be in a high valiant point after things broke down in the main event scene. The main event scene is looking promising, with all the talent looking gun for the AEW World Championship, including Christian, Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson looking to secure it. But he said once he loses the championship, this will be his last time being in a full run contract. So most likely part time to spend more time with his family. But he had a great Cinderella story when it came to All In general, and you got everything they truly could have asked for when it came to Bryan Danielson. This concludes the actual review of AEW Dynamite. Dynamite, but All Out in general. I enjoyed everything that was in play with each and every single match. It was something I slept on, but when I watched it, you know you got your money's worth 100%. And I truly, from my personal opinion, this pay-per-view was really good. They really delivered, even with the course of short notice. But more importantly, post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.